So welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K24 Next Gen. Today's video, as you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, this is going to be our final rebuild of 2K24. The 2K25 officially coming out tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern. I thought, let's go ahead and get this one out of the way. It is very sad that we are coming to an end. The way we always pretty much end every single cycle of 2K, we just do a fantasy draft rebuild. There's nothing special about it. It's not even very challenging, but it's a sit back, kind of relaxed video where we can kind of just chat a little bit, go over the year of 2K and all the things we can look ahead to. So we'll randomly select a team. We'll let the CPU do the entire draft, maybe add a little bit of a challenging element, if you will, and then we're going to try to win a championship. And then a couple things before we do get into this video. I know that last week was very, very bad for uploads. There was only one post last week. I did not initially anticipate that. If you guys, did not watch that one video that was up when I updated you guys, I was sick as a dog. It was disgusting. I felt like absolute ass every single day. I'm still not even 100%, but I felt good enough to do one final rebuild of 2K24. So hopefully you guys understand that. I apologize. Last week was absolutely terrible for an upload schedule. I'm actually kind of glad it happened near the end of 2K24 because I absolutely hate missing time. But yeah, excited to 2K25. This is going to be it for 2K24. I have yet to decide what team I'm rebuilding first for 2K25. So you guys let me know down below in the comment section if there's any team you really want to see. Of course, we'll get to all of them. Rebuild challenges, fantasy drafts, all that fun stuff. But tomorrow is going to be a normal rebuild with some team, and I just do not know which one yet. So let me know that down below in the comment section. Once again, thank you guys for all the support through 2K24. Very much looking forward to 2K25. Let's get into this one. This is it. This is officially the final time we will be hopping into 2K24, doing a rebuild, so let's sit back and enjoy it. We're going to randomly select a team. Of course, this is just the, old roster, so there's not updated contracts from this offseason. There's not updated rookies for the 2024 draft class, but of course, we will have all of that as soon as tomorrow. So I am going to shut the eyes. We are randomly going to scroll through all of this, and we are going to find out what is going to be the final franchise we are rebuilding here today. We'll stop right about now. We end up with the Portland Trail Blazers. I guess a fun way to end it. It doesn't really matter. I have no idea what draft pick we have. Let's sim the entire draft, and I'll see you guys with this team. How about you and I take a look at this team together for the first time? I have not seen it. I do not know what to expect. I'm hoping 2K did well. All right, interesting. Kyrie Irving seems like our star player. Let's start at the point guard spot. Got CJ McCollum here, 32 years old, 85 overall. I like CJ quite a bit. I actually think CJ is becoming a little bit underrated in the actual NBA today. I think he's still a pretty good player, and people just don't really talk about him like that anymore. But excited to have him here. It's funny that we're using the Portland Trail Blazers, his old team, for quite some time. Got Jalen Noel, Jalen Hood-Schifino, so two pretty decent backup point guard options. Of course, Noel at that 76, certainly a serviceable overall. And then Jalen Hood-Schifino actually upgrades quite a bit as the years go on, and the same with the progression. So excited about our point guard spot for now. We obviously talked a little bit about Kyrie Irving as the best player on this team. He is not somebody who has ever really led a team as a number one, but we maybe can flip that around here today. Obviously incredibly talented, one of the most skilled point guards in NBA history, really one of the most skilled players in NBA history, but excited to have Kyrie here today. We got Eric Gordon. At that age, that overall, it's probably going to be maybe 1 year unless we trade him right off the rip. So we'll see, but certainly a solid, serviceable backup shooting guard for us. The small forward spot, Derrick Jones Jr., Josh Green, and Justin Champagnie are all nice options. I eventually would like to maybe make a little bit of an upgrade here because these are nice role players, but I need some stars at some point. We look over the power forward spot, Mr. Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma, obviously an NBA champion with the Lakers back in 2020. We got him, Toumani Camara, and then Trey Lyles. So again, pretty decent depth on this team. There's not quite as much star power as I maybe initially hoped, but I can work with this so far. And then my GOAT, Tingus Pingus, here at the center spot. I like Kristaps Porzingis quite a bit. He is a real game changer, let me tell you that. You got TJD right here, and then JaMychal Green as well. So overall, all things considered, 2K did a pretty good job. Of course, when I do my fantasy drafts myself, and I make the selections, I user select the teams, I like to go a little bit more youth movement. Of course, that is not really what 2K did for me here today. We are going to hopefully build this team up and get a championship, though. So a couple moves before year one. First trade of today's video is going to be a deal here with the New York Knicks. We are sending Derrick Jones Jr. and JaMychal Green over to New York for Corey Kispert and a first-round draft pick in 2026. Now, Kispert's ultimately a few years younger than Derrick Jones Jr. They're the same overalls, and I'm going to play him at the small forward spot. I think he's a little bit of a player that I think I'm more secure with long-term. It's nothing wrong with Derrick Jones Jr. overall or his age. It's really just a contract situation and me wanting to have an asset down the line. So Kispert's going to be welcomed here with open arms. Of course, always getting a first-round draft pick and a fantasy draft can never hurt. So that is trade one. I'm not really sure how many more we have to go. And then in what will likely be our final trade before we kick off year one, it's going to be a deal here with the Milwaukee Bucks. We're sending out Eric Gordon and Justin Champagnie. Ultimately, Eric Gordon would have been a fine option for one season, but he's not a player I would have invested in long term. Whereas Isaiah Joe, 24 years old, obviously going to be somebody we have to pay, but he is somebody I would not mind paying. So one overall higher than Eric Gordon and a first-round draft pick. This feels like an absolute home run of a deal. So I think at this point we have our 10-man rotation. Jalen Hood-Schifino's actually, I don't have enough players to send him to the G League. That's fine. We have our 10-man rotation: McCollum, Noel, Irving, and Joe, Kispert, and Green, Kuzma, Kamara, and then Tingus, Pingus, and TJD. So in a pretty good spot right now. I can definitely work with this. I'm not sure if we're going to be, top of the top contenders, but I think we have a very, very bright future ahead. And with that, it is officially time to kick off year one here in Portland. The rotation is finalized. Here's how it's going to look. It is CJ McCollum, Kyrie Irving, Corey Kispert, Kyle Kuzma, and Kristaps Porzingis. Now, there's not a lot of defense in this starting five, maybe outside of Porzingis a little bit, but I think this is a serviceable enough lineup for the first season, right? I think this is a team that fits pretty well together. Obviously, you got a lot of shooting with this group, and I think offensively is going to be one of the better units of the league. So excited to see what the starting five can do. Isaiah Joe will now take over as a sixth man off the bench. You got TJD in here as our backup center. Josh Green, Jalen Noel, and Tumani Kamara. So we're in a pretty good spot. I really could not really ask for more here in a fantasy draft that we did not actually draft ourselves. And I think this can be a competitive team year one. I'll see you guys at the end of year one. As the first season here in Portland officially comes to an end, it sees us finish with a record of 46-36. Now, I can certainly work with that here in year one. Of course, we made a couple upgrades. Didn't do anything crazy, though. So it is a first step. It will hopefully be a very successful rebuild. Luka Doncic, 34-point triple-double. He's your MVP. That's insane. Wemby's your Rookie of the Year. He is a Charlotte Hornet. Ivica Zubac, Sixth Man of the Year. Victor Wembanyama also wins DPOY. Jalen Johnson, Most Improved. Kevin Durant, the Lakers jersey, Clutch Player of the Year. Kevin Ollie, Head Coach of the Brooklyn Nets, is your Coach of the Year. All right, let's go over a few things. Standings-wise, we are the 5 seed. We're going to have the Denver Nuggets in round one. We'll go over their team in just a minute. Here's a look at the East, if you will. Brooklyn ended up having the best record in basketball. Some numbers across the board. Kyrie Irving, Kristaps Porzingis, Kyle Kuzma, CJ McCollum. We had 8 guys. We had 4 guys at 18.5 plus points per game. That's pretty elite. Joe, Noel, TJD. Kispert, I thought would be a little bit more of a scoring threat. I'm not going to lie to you guys, but it is what it is. Green, Kamara, and then we had Seth Curry on this team. Rebounds led by Tingus, Pingus, and assists was Mr. McCollum. So as I mentioned, it has the Denver Nuggets here. Round one. How? What? Why? What the? How's that possible, right? Why are both of them not going in the first round? That's what I'm more confused upon. Okay. Cam Whitmore, Aaron Gordon, Clint Capella, Jalen Smith. I have no idea how they have that backcourt. That's absolutely insane for a fantasy draft. They are probably going to beat us. We are down 3-0, and we end up getting swept. That is wild. Okay, we clearly have some work to do here today. It is going to be Kevin Durant and his Lakers versus Luka Doncic and his Bucks in the finals, and Luka wins a regular season MVP and then wins oh my fucking God. Okay. All right, year one is officially over. Of course, we have some work to do and we have some decisions to make, but we are in a pretty good spot. I can live with the year that we just had. Let's sim through the draft lottery. I know we traded for a few picks. I don't think any of them were this year. We will now head up to staff signing. Obviously, Chauncey Billups is our head coach. I'll give Chauncey one more year. Those ratings are solid enough, and that potential especially is great, where I can kind of work with it. We didn't have a bad enough year. I mean, the playoff run sucked, but nothing to fire our coach about yet. All right, as we head up to the 2024 NBA draft, we have the 25th overall pick in round one and the 23rd overall pick in round two. I actually am going to use the first round pick. I'm not exactly sure who I'll be drafting, but we'll just see, who's available for us there on the board. There's Misi's there in there. Duddy, Jones, George Larson, Baylor Shireman, my fucking goat. Bailey? It's Baylor. I think Missy's probably my best option here. All right, welcome to the team. 7 feet tall out of Baylor. He is a 72 overall. I forgot Isaiah Joe. I didn't even realize, rather, that he had a team option. That is actually beautiful, considering we gave up Eric fucking Gordon to get him. All right, our major free agents. I intentionally set this up so we really didn't have any. It is probably time to make a trade or two, though. Okay, big blockbuster deal has gone down with the Golden State Warriors. Let me explain to you my thought process on this one a little bit. It was CJ McCollum, Jalen Noel, Vez Missy, and then Trey Lyles. We didn't give up a single draft pick, and we landed ourselves one Jamal Murray. Now, this was a deal not because of CJ McCollum's poor play, but rather we know what's ahead on the landscape, right? His regression's going to hit. It's an unfortunate reality that is one that we have to accept. Let's just say that. It sucks, but it is what it is. And now Jamal Murray is going to take over the point guard spot. So that wasn't necessarily the position I was looking to upgrade. It was maybe more this small forward spot. And while I'll certainly look for some options there, we might be limited in terms of the assets we now have with some flexibility. So I will consider all possibilities, but if not, I'll just see you guys at the start of year number 2. This deal with the Chicago Bulls is one that I think really will benefit us, right? We're getting a guy here in Trey Murphy and Vince Williams Jr. that I think would be an upgrade over the duo of Corey Kispert and Josh Green. We do have to give up our first-round pick next year, but there's a strong likelihood that we're going to be a playoff team, so it's not really going to matter. And this is a deal that I think is really going to benefit us, right? Kispert ultimately just really didn't fit well with this team, and Josh Green was a nice rotation piece, but it's not like we're really giving up a lot, and we're getting a good player in Vince Williams Jr. So I'll take this deal pretty much 10 times out of 10. And it's one that is a nice upgrade. Let me just say that. So that is now our new 10-man rotation. Some nice upgrades in here. I'll see you guys at the start of year 2. While I would not consider it a make or break season, this is a year that we really have to be competitive, right? I'd like to be a top 3 seed in the West. I'd like to win a couple playoff series, and I really do think this can be a contending team. So here's how it's going to look. Jamal Murray, Kyrie Irving, Trey Murphy III, Kyle Kuzma, and Kristaps Porzingis. Really talented starting 5. I think this group actually fits a little bit better than last year's did as well. Vince Williams Jr. will take over as the 6th man on this team. Still got TJD, Isaiah Joe, Chimani Kamara, and Jalen Hood-Schifino now actually going to be getting some minutes here as the backup point guard. So we are good, I hope, and I'll see you guys in year 2. There were certainly some marginal improvements as we wrap up year 2 here in Portland. We end up going 48-34, and although that is 2 games better than last season, not quite the jump we were looking for. So a lot of Chauncey Billups' job security is going to rely on the upcoming playoff run. Luka Doncic is your MVP. Alex Sarr does take home Rookie of the Year for the Chicago Bulls. Zubats once again 6th man. Wemby once again Depoy. Ben Shepherd most improved. You don't see him winning that award too often. Good for you. Brunson Clutch Player of the Year, and Frank Vogel, head coach of the 55-win Phoenix Suns. They take the 1 seed in the West. He takes home Coach of the Year. So we're the 5 seed once again. It's going to be the San Antonio Spurs for us in round 1. We'll dive into their squad in just a second. Let's go over some numbers real quick, see how everybody performed for us. Kyrie Irving, Porzingis. Yeah, I mean, it looks like everybody's playing really well. It's just, do we not have enough star power? We'll find out. All right, let's take a look at this Spurs team. All of their glory. SGA, Nembhard, Bridges, Harris, Vucevic. Wow. That's a pretty good 4 seed right there. Let's see. We split the first 2 on the road, win game 3 at home, and game 4, and we end up closing them out in 5. Bit of a surprise there. We now move on to the Phoenix Suns. I believe they had the best record in the league. Suggs, Thompson, Dort, JT, and Kongwu, Paul Reed, Vanderbilt. Really talented team. I think they might be better, but I think we're going to put up a good fight. Up 2-1, up 3-1. Okay, we're making a little bit of noise right now, my friends. And as we face the Utah Jazz here in the West Finals, it is Booker, Mann, Brown, Randall, and Ayton. Fred VanVleet, Jeremy Sohan, and Deron Sharp coming off the bench. That is a pretty talented squad right there. Down 2-0, down 3-0, and we're fighting back a little bit. Okay. All right. End up losing in 6, but all things considered, that was a pretty successful playoff run, right? We were a 5 seed, made the West Finals. That was a pretty good season. LeBron James calling it a career officially, staff retirements, Hall of Fame, jersey retirements, draft lottery time. I know we've traded for a couple picks. Do we have anything in here? Potentially, we do not. Looks like all of them will be next year. All right, that's cool. Now comes the big decision. What do we want to do with Chauncey? Who are the options here? Steve Kerr's. I got to make a play. I'm sorry. I got to at least attempt it. I don't think he's going to come here. Wait. What the fuck just happened? Hello? Okay. That was weird. Stauffer's also here. All right. One of the 2 will hopefully come here, and if not, my final offer will be at my guy, Joe Mazzulla. So hopefully somebody accepts. Okay. Steve Kerr is not going to happen. It's between Stauffer or Mazzulla. Honestly, one final time just because it's always a tradition, if you will. We'll get Mr. Mike Stauffer. So nothing wrong with Chauncey Billups. I mean, we had a really successful season, but this is the final year of the final rebuild. I got to win a goddamn championship. So let's head up to the draft. I know we don't have any really high picks or anything like that. We actually don't have any picks at all, which is fine. We will now head up to team player options. We do have a couple free agents. I know Kyrie's a free agent. I know Jamal Murray's a free agent. So got to keep our eye on these things, right? We definitely have some money, but at this point, probably just makes more sense to just re-sign our guys. So I'm going to do just that. Kyrie Irving does have 2 offers. That's not even a real contract. Jamal Murray has 1 offer, not even a real contract. And then we will go after Trey Murphy as well. And then we'll wait one more day for Isaiah Joe. and everybody else is pretty much back. So we are certainly going to be making some trades. There is no doubt about that. We have to just make sure we are the absolute best of the best as we head into the third and final regular season. So let's get into some moves. While he wouldn't be the biggest upgrade in the world, Julius Randle would certainly be a nice addition over Kyle Kuzma at our power forward spot. Ultimately, if I'm going to upgrade anywhere, it's going to be one of the forwards, either small forward or power forward. And unfortunately, Kyle Kuzma's just making a little bit more money. So he's actually played pretty well for us, but we need to make a little bit of an upgrade somewhere. And obviously, this could be a possibility. So it's the final season. I obviously can't take the draft picks with me. Welcome to the team. At this point in time, I have a couple things to consider. Do I want to just see what's on the trade finder? If I were to throw up Trey Murphy, a couple first-round draft picks, I would be stupid not to at least look, right? I mean, if there's anything out here that seriously impresses me, I'll probably take it. But unless that is the case, which it does not... Ooh, is our Thompson. I think from a progression standpoint, that actually might be a pretty good idea because I think he'll actually go up even more and probably be around an 85 overall to start next season. And honestly, his numbers are a little bit better too. You know what? I'm going to do this. We're going to take Azar Thompson heading into the final regular season. We do need to figure out the backup point guard spot after moving on. Oh, wow. We actually have some serious nice options here. All right. Let's just take a flyer. We'll go Dennis Schroeder here. Really solid backup point guard option. All right, man. We are officially all set. This is going to be the final team, and hopefully this is the group that can get it done. I genuinely believe this team is good enough to win a championship. I don't really think there's any doubt about that. It's just whether everything clicks at the right time. Here's how it's going to look. Jamal Murray, Kyrie Irving remain our backcourt. Obviously, a couple new additions at the wings with Thompson and Randall. I mean, 84, 86 overall is certainly better than, what, an 81 and an 83, so I'll take it. Tingus Pingus still locking down that center spot. Dennis Schroeder going to be my new sixth man off the bench. Still got Vince Williams Jr., Isaiah Joe, Trace Jackson Davis, and Tumani Kamara. So that is all under new head coach Mike Stauffer, by the way. So this is it, man. Final season of 2K24. Let's get after it, my friends. Final regular season of 2K24 has come to an end, and I am pleased to say it was a successful one. 64-18 is the final record. I am assuming that is enough for a one seed here in the West. It is Nikola Jokic winning the MVP, Cooper Flagg, your Rookie of the Year, Bones Highland, Wembanyama, Bones Highland again, Devin Booker, and then Mike Stauffer. All right, it is the one seed. Let's go over a few things real quick. Standing times. We are 9 games up on the Rockets, and we are, what is that math? 5 games up on the Bucks? Okay. That's not the right menu. Let's go over to the stats real quick, see how everything kind of shook out. Kyrie Irving, Tingus Pingus, Murray, Randall, Thompson, Schroeder. I think this team is one that really fits well together. Can we get it done in the playoffs, though? All right, round 1. It is us and the Utah Jazz. I believe... Oh, no, we beat them last year, right? I think so, anyways. Or did they beat us? I have fucking short-term memory at this point. All right, they do win Game 4 on their home floor, but we end up beating them in 5. We now move on to the West semis with the Warriors. Don't put my goat in a Warriors jersey. They beat us in the finals. They own our asses. All right, Josh Giddey and Jason Tatum doesn't feel like it's enough to beat us, so we'll find out. We are currently up 3-0 against them, and they do win Game 4. Similar script to last season, or last series. I can't fucking speak, dude. This is what happens. I take a few days off because I'm sick. Can't fucking speak. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. This is a talented San Antonio Spurs team that makes me nervous. I'm not going to lie to you guys. We are 2-1 right now. Go up 3-1. Don't do this, 2K. No, 2K, not in my final day of 2K24. Do not pull this bullshit on me. I am trying to win a championship. Please do not fuck with me today. Please do not. Thank you very much. Okay, we should be good. Should be good. We're good. All right, Kyrie Irving Western Conference Finals. Oh, shit. I do not want to see Luka. Okay, and Ben Mathurin. I mean, he has some nice help. It's not the craziest surrounding core, but they obviously have the best player in the series, which always makes me nervous. We're 2-2 right now. That's a big game, fucking 5. And can we get it done? Can we get it done? I'm going to close the eyes. Eyes are closed. I'm going to assume we won. We did not. That is unfortunate. Why? Why does it have to be a do or die game 7 here in the 2K? Do not do this shit to me. Do not do this shit. I am begging. I am actually begging on my knees. Do not. Do not. Do not. We're going to do it. We're good. We get it. Eat a bag of dicks, right? There's not... Come on. I get it. Those numbers are insane. He probably deserves it. But give one of my guys Finals MVP. Holy shit. All right. I was actually a lot more nervous for that than I typically am in these rebuilds, just because this is the final rebuild of 2K24, and I felt like I kind of had to go out with the championship. It's going to be a similar way tomorrow when my first rebuild of 2K25. I'll be like, yeah, I get a goddamn championship. All right, that is a lot of talking, and that is it for 2K24. I hope you guys very much enjoyed. It was a fun year with you all, and I hope you guys had a good time. Good ride for everybody. Seriously though, that was awesome, and I always thank you guys for all your support. It's it's fantastic, and once again, my apologies for lack of uploads last week. I know nobody really cares about 2K right now, right? It's the dog days of August. It's a pretty much dead time of year for basketball completely, and there's many other games that are around right now. So if you guys watch this one till the end, I really appreciate you guys. I am very much looking forward to 2K25. Another fun year with the crew, and yeah, man, that is it for me. So let me know what you want me to do tomorrow for 2K25. Very much looking forward to it. I hope you guys are as well. As always, thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one in 2K25.